all yours.
Please
Fully.
welcome V partner Adli Hassan.
Addictive now. I couldn't know
And without missing, let's come to this moment. This is my first selfie with you. Yes.
You know, we call my
After
dad.
9 years.
Thank you very
so
much.
much.
I'm honored, guys.
He does this.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Dave.
Kadu was there, huh, actually. They were having some drinks and all.
Thank you, AVPs Shipra and Ibn Abbas, for making me feel, I have to step up to this great introduction.
What's that?
As I promised the people from my country yesterday, I'm very proud to be from Sudan. Unfortunately, yesterday I did not mention this. I'm Adli Hassan from Sudan, proudly to be from that beautiful country. And today I'm really honored to be given the opportunity to speak on our first virtual VCon Connect 2020 ever in the history of the V. And it is history in the making. And to tell you the truth, guys, I know that many of you just started this journey, as I know that majority of you, the 100,000, the 158 to 100,000, I don't know how many of you are there, but I know that most of you just started maybe few days, few weeks, few months ago, and let me share with you some facts about how was my journey, because I hope that will have an impact on your decisions, because at the end of the day, it's all about the decisions we are going to make at the end of the day, at the end of this VCon Connect. It's all about the decisions, the conscious decisions that you are going to make, and you will stick to these decisions. And you are going to hold on to these decisions until you reach your max out, your financial dream, your financial freedom, until you make all your dreams to become reality. Are we together here? So, to tell you the truth, I started almost 20 years ago. Next January, it will become 20 years. And to tell you the truth, my first 8, 9, 10 months, actually the first 8 months in the business, it was not fun. I did not enjoy it. It was not fun at all. It was full of a lot of frustration, a lot of disappointments, a lot of you feel like you are giving up. To tell you the truth, I thought many times of giving up, because it is going to be difficult when you face the world and you know that many people around you, whom you thought that they will always support you, they will be by your side, they will stand by you, they will believe in you. But now suddenly, when you are trying to be successful in this business, they are not believing in you. And this was great disappointment to me. I spent the first 8 months. It was a roller coaster. Actually, the whole journey was a roller coaster, but I did not enjoy the first 8 months. Later, after that, the adrenaline rush, it was great, it was amazing. Every time you go up, wow, you go down, still I'm excited. So I come from a background, a civil engineer. I followed the advice of my dad. He told me, son, study good, work hard when you are young, so when you are older in age, you can enjoy life, you can relax. And unfortunately, after 12 years, myself going to work and coming back home, and when QNet was put on my way, my dad was 69 years old, and he was still working hard. And that was the moment when the business was presented to me. I knew that I cannot continue doing the same. I have to jump on this roller coaster. I have to start this journey. I have to make a turn into my life. I cannot continue like this. And I'm a civil engineer. I come from a background by being a a project manager in Dubai, in UAE, and I was full of myself, and it was difficult for me the first few months to believe in the upline, in the system, in the coach, the leader. I don't know what you call it in your respective, in your systems, but whatever you call it, he is your lifeline, the upline, the coach. It was very disappointing that every night you come back home and you realize that the business is not moving. People are rejecting for, I saw that time I saw that time that they are rejecting me. But the reality is, am I speaking fast, guys? Not the translator? Okay, all right. So at that time, I thought that they are rejecting me. But yes, actually, they will, it's good that I had this coach, this upline. But for me, it was difficult as project manager. Someone is in his mid-30s, and to listen to this, supposedly to be the upline, the coach, the one who will guide me, he's like 10 years younger than me, or even more, and he's the one who's supposedly to guide me to become successful in life, and he is back in his background, he's a courier boy. He used to work for FedEx, and he was, good in dispatching, packages, parcels, but for me as a project manager, it was difficult to digest the fact that this gentleman, this little boy, can really guide me, can really help me to become successful. So I tried to do it my own. I tried to do my own system, and was my biggest fall, my biggest mistake. And this is one advice I want to tell you guys: you cannot do it alone. There is no room for solo players in our industry, in our business, in our company. You cannot do it yourself. You cannot do it alone. You have to plug yourself to the team system. You have to trust in your upline. I call it your lifeline. When I come back home after a long day, because I still go to my work, long hours, I come back home late at night because, 9 to 5, then I go to do my business, my presentation. Then when I come back home, late at night after midnight, exhausted physically because it's been a long day with less sleeping hours. And it's I'm exhausted also mentally because I was engaging in much of arguing with many people who are, arguing with me about if this company is good or not. And I was also emotionally exhausted, disturbed, because many people are rejecting. And suddenly, my upline, he will call, and he will uplift me. And this is one thing you need in your journey. Someone, a mentor, an upline, a coach. And I'm very thankful to him that he did not give up on me until after 8 months. One day he pushed me and he brought me to VCon, to my first VCon, and that's what the time he handed me over to the great uplines, to the great teachers who mesmerized me and made me to realize what is my true potential, what I'm capable of, what kind of decisions I need to make to become successful. And since then, I didn't look back, and I forgot about all the past. And it was very clear decision that I will become successful, I will become a millionaire, this is going to be my life, and this is it, this is the family, this is the people I want to spend my life with. And my dad is a Supreme Court judge, he's a legal consultant. He was not very supportive when he saw me doing this business. He told me, hey, now you are scamming people. I'm not proud of what you're doing. And that was very disappointing. I tried to talk to him, but it was difficult to come into his to make him understand this new industry, this new concept. My mom, in the initial time, she was so excited because I was so excited about the business. But when it was 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, 8 months in the business and the results are not coming and not happening. And she will go to this, the gatherings of the families, like wedding parties and family gatherings, and the mothers of the other boys, or people that already, some of them started to come into my business, and their moms are not in support. And they will start attacking my mom, and my mom was so embarrassed. She will come and say, "Hey, they told me this business is haram. They told me, all this. My son, please stop this business. I'm not proud of what you're doing. I'm so embarrassed." And it was really devastating. But after coming to VCon, I'm no longer the same person. I made these conscious decisions that I will make it happen. And I realized the good thing that my upline, all the 8 months, he kept reminding me the reason why I started doing this, which is eventually will come back to the dream. It's without knowing why you're doing this, why you need to pay the price. It is difficult. It is difficult to continue. It is difficult to perform. It's difficult for you to keep on paying the price, to keep on facing all these kind of challenges, obstacles, difficulties. I'm telling you guys, have this crystal clear idea why you're doing this. For me, it was very, very clear that I knew that my dad is in the age of 69, he's still working hard. I knew that he's becoming older, and that simple dream, which is a dream for anyone, I believe, around the world, and especially in like my country, Sudan, we love to have this. Everyone's dream is to have his own villa, his own house. We have big lands there, and everyone, that's what the dream. So he bought that land of like 900 square meter, more than almost 10,000 square feet. So he bought the land, like sometime in the 80s. And he managed to put the foundations, but he was not able to finish that house. So for me, helping my dad was important. I knew that I want my dad to retire. It's enough for him going to work and come back home. I knew that my mom also growing in age, and it's my responsibility as a good son, to be able to pay back, if I will ever be able to pay back. It is my responsibility. There was a time when they were carrying me on their shoulders, on their back, but I was able to see that the time for me to take this responsibility is becoming very close, and I have to be ready. And also that time before to come into the business, my first daughter, my first baby, was only 2 weeks old. And after coming to VCon and going back and start taking this battle, and I started plugging myself to the upline, I start trusting first in myself, believing that I can. Because when I went to VCon, this great mentors, this great uplines, and I'm very grateful to everyone I met along this year. I'm starting from Dato Sri Vijay, Japadas, Bismarck, Chief, Donna, TJ, Ranjit, Kuna, all the VPartners, all the fellow VPartners, even the AVPs, even the new VPs that are coming in the house, the new AVPs, the new PCs, everyone. I'm learning from every single one every day. I'm very grateful to everyone, because everyone is adding to my journey, to my success, to my achievements. So I went back and I made this conscious decision that I'm no longer doing my business and looking at the prospect like dollar sign. When you come into the business, and I know many of you, they do this mistake. You look at the prospect like a dollar sign. It's no more for me, it's a dollar sign. I knew after that first VCon that I'm here going to build a family. And it's about bringing a new member into the family. And if this new member is not trusting in me, is not in like to me, he will not come into my business. So when I changed, when I started making this conscious decision, and when I started to change, and I started to take control of myself, and I started enjoying the business. Before I was just looking to prospect like dollar signs, and I want them to join without asking questions, without giving their objections, without without Googling, I don't want them to give me this hard time. But when I made that conscious decision, I remember the moment I looked at the mirror, I said, Adli, yes, you can. Yes, you can. And I went to my presentation since that day, after my first VCon, and I'm a different person. Different person. My job is to liberate and to put a good impression on my prospect. That was my main objective, is to leave a good impression. Maybe today is not the right time for him or for her to join me today. But if I leave that good impression, one day they will join. I know some V partners today, they join after their 5th presentation. 5th trial from the same person. Some V partners today we have in this family, and they join after the 5th trial from the same person. So it's never the end of the world if a prospect will say no. They are not dollar sign. For me, they are no longer dollar sign. For me now, I'm going out there, I'm trying to build the family. And I'm trying to leave that good impression. I want them to say, wow. Because I don't want to convince no one. I just want them to see how much I'm convinced. That's my main objective, how much I'm convinced. I don't want to talk about the company, because I know at the end of the day, they will buy me before they buy the QNet products. Yes, at the end of the day, my objective is to make them to buy the QNet product. But before that, they have to buy me. They have to trust that I have the system, I have the ability, and I have all the means that will make them, they will know. When they look at my eyes, when they listen to my voice, when they look at my body language, they know. They know that I can take them to their financial freedom. That was very important for me. That was my job. Is I don't want to convince no one. Because now I know I am the company. If they tell me about QNet, I say, what do you want to know about QNet? All of us and all of you watching me today, none of you, when QNet was presented to you, you said, wow, great, oh, finally QNet is coming my way. It's never like that. You never fall in love with QNet from day one. You fall in love and you fall in trust with the person who presented to you the business. And you feel that he has something, that he can lead you and he can guide you to your financial freedom. And that's why you made the decision. He ignited that fire in you. He ignited that dream. And you were able to see that your life will not be the same. And I want you always to remember this. Hold on to that moment. Don't let it fade away. Don't let it run away from you. This is very important. Hold on to that dream when it was difficult, when it was devastating, when it was frustrating, when people were rejecting. For me, it was very simple. My upline taught me how to have this dream list, to keep it next to my bed and my closet, everywhere in my pocket. I was watching it every day and night. And every time I was looking at it, I would remember the reason I'm doing this and why I have to keep on going and why I have to pay the price. So this is one decision you have to make. What is it, that dream? And does it worth this hard work? Does it worth this price? You have to know this. Be very conscious about why you're doing this. Have it crystal clear, guys. So I started, getting into good results, good achievements, and the network started to grow, and success, as they say, is just will come. It's by product. It's without you knowing. All these people who are rejecting, who are making fool of me, who are laughing. When you buy in 1 day, actually in 1 week, you buy 2 properties, they start keeping quiet. And in one day, when you buy 3 cars, one for your mom, one for your wife, one for yourself, hey, suddenly you have a lot of relatives and a lot of friends. The same people who are rejecting you, suddenly now they are trying to come and become in your circle. And they know that you are there. You're already making it. Are we together? Do you follow me, guys? It is just that you need to enjoy the roller coaster. You need to enjoy the ride. It is going to be a roller coaster. It's going to be tough. It is going to be painful, but enjoy. Enjoy every moment, because you need to have this belief. If you don't have this belief, you cannot deliver. They will look at your eyes. They will look at your eyes and they will know. They will know if you are trying on them or you are serious about doing this. They will know. When they look at your eyes, they will know that you are here for lifetime. They know that this is your destiny, and they know that they are in safe hands. They will look at your eyes, they will look at your body, and they will know that you are not trying. I don't mean that trying that Datu Sri is talking about. Datu Sri is talking about if you fall, you try again. So if you face difficulties, if you face challenges, and it's going to happen, guys. The more I will talk about my journey, you will know that yes, sometimes it will go up and you start enjoying the earnings and everything is fine, and suddenly a big challenge will hit your network, will hit your market. And maybe bad media, maybe another company in town, many people they think, if I'm not successful in QNet, maybe I need to change the system, or maybe I need to change the upline, or maybe I need to change the company. And many people along the last 20 years I've seen many uplines, downlines, sidelines, they decided to change the company and they jumped ship and they went to other companies. And they were telling us, oh, QNet is finished, and if you want to become successful, you have to be on the top. Many people, they have this thought of that to become successful, you need to be in the top, you need to be in the beginning. Hey, I have an upline who brought me into the business. He's not here. And I have another upline to my upline who brought my upline in the business, but also is not here. And upline of the upline of the upline, they all are not here. Between myself and the mentor and the coach who guided me in the early days, there's many people who disappeared, who stopped the business. So it's never about who will start first and where you start first. It's about you changing. It's about you changing your attitude, believing in yourself, knowing that you are in the right place, knowing that you are in the right company. And that one conviction, one belief I had from my first vehicle. From my first vehicle, I knew it when I saw these great people, starting from Datu Sri Vijay, Jampadas Bismarck. I knew that this is not normal business owners. They will not, as a business owner, they will not do the same. They were in service, they were guiding us, they were helping us, they were, standing, welcoming us, doing things as a business owners they will not do. And when they were talking about why they are doing this and where they are taking this, I knew that they were serious, they care. The fact that they started this from the fact that the company they come from before starting QNet, that company disappeared. That was telling me a lot, was giving me a lot of messages that these people will never give up. They will always take ownership. That's why I knew that we are in safe hands. That's why all these other companies, when our uplines, downlines, sidelines, when they jump and they leave and they go to these other companies, assuming and believing that when they become at Ferris, they will earn better than being in QNet, without knowing that it is something within them has to change, and later, all these companies kept on disappearing one after another. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4 without naming companies. Many started and vanished, started and vanished, started and disappeared, started and disappeared. And at last, it's only QNet is here. Not because QNet did not face no challenges. I'm telling you, this company also in the early days faced a lot of challenges, a lot of difficulties. And I was observing how the founders, how Datu Sri Vijay, how Japadas, they were reacting. How when it was tough, how when it was like, we felt like this is the end of the world, how they were reacting. And that was sending me a lot of messages. And from there, I was collecting a lot of learning. And that's how they instilled that DNA of being a fighter, being a warrior, and never give up. And that's why we're here today. Don't you ever think that we are here today because it was easy road, because it was paved with flower, with, people were clapping and welcome to say, wow, QNet, let's come into QNet now. People, they were, talking nasty about QNet. People, they were telling a lot of bad things about my company. But at the end of the day, I believe that I am QNet. I am the company. I don't care to convince no one. I am the company. You buy me first and you trust in me, and this company will last because I know that Datu Sri Vijay, Japadas, Chief, the V partners, they will not give up. I know. So if you trust me, then later I will teach you about QNet, and you will trust eventually in QNet. Are we together here?
Yes.
Are we together? Do you follow me, guys?
Yes. I know Adli
So-
since a long time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It is.
I've
It
seen
is
him when I
about
was
the
a kid.
decisions you will make.
He used to live in Alain. And my
Trust
mother
in your
used to
upline
work
system.
in the Jimmy Hospital in Alain.
You need a boss.
And he knows
You need a
he's
coach.
me. I
You
spoke
need
him
someone
for
to
long.
guide you.
But now
The
when I
human
met him
tendency,
with Rahul,
we
he
are
didn't
tend to
recognize who I
do the
was.
things we love.
Changed हो गया ना
Yeah,
completely
yours.
from when I did.
I love to sleep. I love to stay late at night. I love to watch movies. I love to watch footballs. But how this is going to contribute to my success? How this is going to contribute to me achieving my dreams? How is it?
Sudanese are the most
How is it?
conscious Africans I've ever come across.
So wake up and smell the coffee. Yes.
Habibi.
One of the greatest things about our business that you don't have boss here. But wake up and smell the coffee. You need a boss until you reach your financial freedom. Because all throughout your life, your mom was your first boss. If your mom did not wake you up and push you to be in the school, you would have never went to school. I'm telling you, I know. I know how much hard time I gave her. And you gave your mom. How much hard time you gave your mom to push you to be in the school. So you had boss in the house and you had boss in the school. And when you finish your studying, you had boss at work. So you always had someone in your back for you to achieve, to perform. Someone will monitor your performance. The good thing about QNet, that there is no boss. The bad thing about our business, that there is no boss. So it's your choice. It's a choice you have to make. Do you want to make your upline,
Bad thing is you don't have a boss.
your coach, as your boss? It's a choice you make. No one will force you to make this decision. It's a choice you make. You have to be very grateful to the upline because he will love. He will love to transmit all the knowledge, all the experience to you. If you are serious about doing this. If you are serious about doing this day in, day out. Can you imagine all the successful people, they have coaches, they have bosses. Can you imagine that if Messi, the most successful person, and he has no coach? Let's say that he has a coach, but he will tell his coach that, oh, I don't think that this season I might, make any goals. Do you think his coach will allow him to go and play? If he cannot see that himself is scoring, then he will not make it. So if you cannot see yourself that you are scoring, that you are hitting your target, that you are hitting your goals, that you are achieving your dreams, then why you are doing the business? You cannot try. You cannot try on people's dreams. You cannot try on people's hopes. You can only make it happen. Are we together? You can only make it happen. That's the only thing that you can do. People, I always say this. When you wake up in the morning, start counting how many blessings you have. Stop complaining and stop blaming. Start counting how many blessings you have. And sit with yourself and have this right mindset. Take this positive attitude and start being very positive. Stop complaining, stop blaming, and believe that you can max out. If you don't have this belief that you can max out, then why are you presenting the business? Are you lying to people? Because liars will attract liars. If you lie to people, simply you will attract liars. Are we together here? So you don't want to lie to people. You have to be very truthful. You have to be very truthful. You cannot lie to people. You can only tell the truth. And they will know it. So don't start your day and try in the business, try to present the business and tell the people, this is what you do after 10 months or after 1 year or after 10 years, this is what you can achieve. While on the other side, you are doubting. Oh, will I make it? Will I become successful? Can I max out? You can. If you're asking yourself this question, pause, get the right mindset, sit with your boss, sit with your coach, sit with your upline, your mentor, call him whatever you like, your leader. Sit with him and align yourself. Put yourself in the right mindset before you go out and present this great business. Are we together? Are we together?
Yes.
So I'm as I told you, it was a roller coaster, and my time is up. But let me tell you this. Yes, there were times when people rejected, when even the parents, they didn't like it. But there was a time when I was able to build the villa for my house, for my dad, after he crossed the age of 70. That was very exciting moment. And that's the moment when my dad showed me how much he was proud of me. That's the moment it's a priceless moment, when he realized that why I was doing this. When my mom had the breast cancer, and I took her to the best available hospitals in Dubai, and I gave her the best treatments for 1 year and a half. For me, it was no more money. I accept whatever comes from Allah, from God, from the Lord. I accept. So I did not complain. I didn't say why my mom. I did my role. This is a time for me to pay back. Alhamdulillah, my mom last 10 years, she's very good in health. Because one day